Yo, what's up, guys? I am sitting here still in Bangkok. Went to a different hotel. Still gonna stay here a few more days, then going to Vietnam, and then all of the other stuff that I'm doing. But definitely wanted to check out these developer notes because these were actually released right after the tournament. So, funny enough, we saw them when we were in the bus from the venue towards the after party. I was sitting next to Shelby, and Shelby is like, "Hey, new developer notes." And I told him, I was like, yeah, now I can't make the video on it anytime soon because we had like the after party first. And Shelby was like, oh, I want to go back like, to the hotel, make the video first. I'm like, I'll just do it tomorrow. But yeah, I might be somewhat low on energy because of like 3 days in a row of a little bit of partying and that kind of stuff. And an amazing SWC like this SWC was really, really amazing. Like matches were amazing, people were amazing. Thailand is amazing. They did it big here. I can tell you that much. They did it big. But let's focus at the developer notes of 8.1.4, which a lot of people I think very much like because a lot of things are going to be made very easy, I would say. But is that maybe too easy? I don't know. Like, to be honest, I haven't read it yet. I talked with some people here because everyone kind of felt like reading bits and parts of it and then discussing it at the after party a bit as well. But everyone was like, well, I'll read it tomorrow. We're just enjoying that. Well, first of all, they congratulate Leicester for winning. He played amazing. And that's the thing, like, he also showed that you don't need to draft like 5 LDs to actually win SWC. Like, he has insane runes, that's absolutely true, but he played a very well. So also, really chill guy. Like I spoke with him, not that much, but I spoke with him a little bit, and pretty chill guy. Absolutely. So yeah, definitely congratulations to him, and also congratulations to all of the participants because in the end you made it very far. So that's really cool.
But before we get into the video, I want to talk about the sponsor for today's video, which is the Huawei App Gallery. And with the current campaign of the Huawei App Gallery, you can get up to 27% off on your purchases in Summoners Wars. How do you get all of that? First of all, you have to download the Huawei App Gallery. First link in the description. From there, you have to do a few things to create an account, download the HMS score, set up the region. Region will be set to Germany. Once that is all done, you have the Huawei App Gallery. And from the Huawei App Gallery, currently I still have the campaign opened. But to get here, it's very simply, we would have to look up the game. The moment we search for the game, we find it right over there. And we can see all of their running campaigns at this moment. Also, definitely a recommended thing to do is join the Discord of the Huawei App Gallery, because at the Huawei App Gallery Discord, they keep you up to date on all of the kind of campaigns that are currently running. So from here, we can further check out that campaign. How do you get that 27% off? Well, first of all, we can see that we have Huawei points. So on the weekends, we get 1 point for every €1, and Huawei points we can then use for later purchases to get like a cashback. Afterwards, for everything that we purchase, we get diamonds, and these diamonds we can then trade in for a coupon code that we can later use for a big discount. And those are definitely the discounts that we want. And as mentioned before, at the bottom we also have their Discord link. Within their Discord, you can ask all of those questions and keep up to date with all of those amazing campaigns. So we checked out the campaign, it's looking good. From here now we also have to install Summoners War. Currently it's already installed, so I can just open it from here. We'll go to the instance of the Huawei App Gallery for Summoners War, and the moment that you go to any purchases right now, it will use the system of the Huawei App Gallery to do all of your purchases. So once we're in game, let's say we would like to purchase this pack. It's as simply as clicking on it, as always. Then from here we can already see that I had a coupon of still €10 off. I can select my payment method, for example PayPal or any of the other methods. I can also use the Huawei points that I had from previous purchases right now. And from there it's just very simply paying. Afterwards you also have the option to claim your cashback, which is the Huawei points, which is only in the weekends. And afterwards you can go back to the campaign page to check how many diamonds you have and if you have enough to actually purchase one of those coupons for a bigger discount for your next purchase as well.
So we have the max stamina level going from 50 to 100, which also makes the max energy storage increased, which is definitely nice. Currently we're maxing out at 210. I heard someone mention saying that this maybe goes to like 300-ish because of a later thing that you have like the 30 times with auto farming as well. But let's not jump parts and let's see how that actually goes. So this will be okay upon granting levels without purchasing the buildings. Yeah, so they're changing this with the whole glory stuff with the buildings as well. So that's definitely going to be an interesting one as well. So yep, we're gonna get to that part. We have the drop rates of all Kairos dungeons being improved, which is actually somewhat interesting. I would say that the drop rates of the runes was already pretty good. We were mostly complaining about the rift rates, like anything grinds or gems related. Those were pretty bad, but the others were pretty good already. So I'm not too sure if this was really that needed, but then again, can't complain. Like I know a lot of people are gonna love that. Like if we get better stuff, it's only better, right? So yeah, then we have the rift rates structure improved, and we have a bunch of things like the claws and the beast horns will now also be dropped in the raid dungeons, so also in the elemental dungeons like fire beast, dark beast, all of that kind of stuff. You can now craft both enchanted gems and grinds with beast claws and beast horns. I think that is pretty nice because especially if you're focusing on like, okay, I need this really specific hero and then speed on a Vio gem or something, you can actually focus on that with these things. So that is definitely nice. And then you have like a choice whether you go for one or the other of what you need. And we also have the rewards from a Rift of Worlds will be improved. So they do mention a lot of like is greatly improved. This is just improved. Like it's missing the greatly over here, right? Like there's just a little bit, and there's like insane. Like what is that about? But I do know that they mentioned some numbers here and there, but it's always hard to say like what is like greatly improved. Like but yeah, I guess we will see that once the balance, or not the balance patch, but this whole patch hits, which I would say probably comes early next week. Not that I know that, but just in general, what Compass does if they release a developer notes, probably within a few days, they most likely do the update already. They're pretty like they don't really release anything as notes until it's pretty much already 99% finished. At least that's my feeling. So we have the repeat battle going for 30 times, which is, I would say, definitely nice. It makes you a lot more able to just go in a meeting, do 30 runs, like especially if you don't have that fast teams, you have like 1 minute teams or maybe 1.5 minute teams. You can actually drop your phone like somewhere for like half an hour, which is pretty chill. And also for the people that have like the 20-second teams, they actually have some more time right now than just 5 minutes. So that is definitely pretty insane. And they also have some they improve like the select yeah the what the select monster feature or the select rune feature of selling kind of things. They made that a little bit easier, so let's see how that goes. So we had a bunch of feedback, we've been listening. What do you think? I would say the reloaded update got quite some hate. I would say it wasn't that bad. Actually, I would say it was pretty good. Like to be honest, I like the most parts of it. Like the only parts that I didn't like was the R5 stuff. Like the split of the R5 made it just and too many crap types of runes and stuff in there made it just really annoying. However, everyone did like the Sky Fever event. The Sky Fever event was amazing. That one was really really sick. So good that they noticed those things. So first and foremost, well, this patch is going to be very long, so this is going to be a lengthy video. First of all, we have the max summoner level that will be expanded to level 100. So therefore, we also get more, what's it called? We get more storage of energy, which is more chill. Like for me these days, I'm not farming that much. Like sometimes I don't look at my, or I don't log in for like 12 hours plus. So then it's pretty chill that you have like a higher stacking count of those, which definitely helps out. And how the leveling works, yeah, to be honest, I don't care. Like we just farm enough dungeons at some point you're max. Okay, so the max is actually is going to be 310. So that makes it chill that you can run dungeons with your full storage package that you have. Like if you restore the full thing, that you can do the 30 times right away. So that is definitely useful. I would say like how does that work out? Because currently we have like the buy of 60 crystals, or is it 60 crystals? Yeah, 60 crystals for 190 energy if you don't have the what's it called, daily pack one. With this, you would kind of have to buy them twice, and therefore you're always overstacking. And if you're overstacking, you're not having the cooldown energy that you normally get. So is that slightly worse? Or are they going to make like a buy for 90 crystals and then you buy a 290, something like that? I don't know. Like that would be fair if you're increasing this number as well. But let's see if that actually comes there as well. We have the glory points. The various buffs for glory stuff can be upgraded to glory points. Okay, yeah, glory points can now be upgraded to summoner level. So I was talking to a few of the other players and also other, well, influencers, everyone there. I feel like this really feels like a skill tree kind of thing. And that's, well, I think that kind of fits, and that's definitely nice. It's kind of interesting that they did this right after having like a very high boost for the glory towers in the previous event. Like that kind of makes things a little bit weird-ish, like the order of that, but well, the other way, the order around wouldn't have made any sense. But it's interesting that it's that close to each other. Like, was that already in the pipeline then or not? But it doesn't matter all too much. So we're looking forward to. It took a lot of work for the glory powers and flags since it was very time consuming. Absolutely, like those were the hard things to catch up normally. But with the previous event, it was actually like my alt nearly got all buildings finished. It was really insane. So yeah, that's a progression that people, well, I would say for glory buildings, or no, the glory buildings was doable-ish. The flags were still more difficult from the guild. So let's see. So we expand it further. Yes. Okay, so we get skill points per level up. Okay. You can reset them. And that is the interesting part. You can reset them. And does that mean that we have uh, yeah, something else? Or does that mean that we cannot max level everything? Like those were things that we were talking about. Like, okay, if we can reset something, does that mean that something is not maxed? And if something is not maxed, that you therefore can choose like, okay, I go heavier into firepower right now, and then later I switch it and go heavier into water power or something? I am not entirely sure. So yeah, let's see how that works out. You can speculate a lot about that back and forth, but let's see how that works out. But as you guys all know, all of these things like the mana stone regeneration, that kind of stuff is pretty crap. That's I don't even have the max on my main. So yeah, let's see how that works out. And uh yeah, just that, I guess. So yeah, 400 points. Does this add up to 400 in total? Is it like 20 times 20? It could be. It could be. But let's see. Let's see. Maybe it's just the resetting is if you're below level 100 that you can kind of choose what you want to reset in. Also, everyone's going to be level 50 at the start. So, um, starting with those points, what I definitely recommend everyone to go for first is that energy recharging thing. And then I would say attack speed. And then you go crit damage, attack power. And then you go HP defense. And then you start going for these. And I would say do the guild ones last unless, well, actually this might hit when Siege Tournament is just about to go live, so you might have to go hard on these as well. So actually, that is actually kind of the bad timing for it. Like you need those things, and you pretty much need all of them pretty hard for guild tournament. And for guild tournament, it's yeah, not everyone is going to be max level on that right away. So that's kind of off, I guess. But let's see how that would work out as well. This I can barely read in honesty. Like it's so small on my laptop. Side, okay. Yeah, so this is like the refund. So you get some refunded. And to be honest, there's a lot of things like how much do you actually get refunded, how much you don't. But well, apparently, you're gonna get some good stuff refunded on that. Like there's an explanation to it, but I was reading it the first time and I was like, we're gonna get refunds. Like exactly how much it is, I don't know. I'm just gonna see it when it's there. Like for some of those things, like I just like I'll see it when it's there. But this is some very good stuff. So we have that. The changes, yes, okay, and that's pretty much just a recap of it. Okay, so now we're talking about the Kairos dungeons and Rift of Worlds for improvements. So this is mainly just a recap of like what it has been and what they are considering to do. And we considered increasing the drop rate of 6-star legend runes by 2.4%. Question that me and Sean B were mainly talking about is this taking the current drop rate, which I think is about 4%. Don't add me on that number, I'm not 100% sure. But do you go from 4% to 6%? As in, well, it's 2.4 times as much. So it's not 2.4% added, right? So 2.4 times as much, that would make it like a 10% legendary drop rate. That is pretty insane, actually. Like if they just make this number straight up to 10% legendary drop rate, so every run of 10 you get at least one legendary rune, that's gonna make a lot of people get those like those high quad rolls at some point. That's going to be very easy to farm if you look at it that way. So what other things we have? So we have the beast claws. Did they actually mention will now be dropped as triple S rewards? Okay, that makes sense. Did they also, let's see if they mention anything about triple S getting higher than triple S being actually very high value, because getting triple S is very important right now. I do have a video how to get all of the triple S's coming in. Wait, did I put it posted? I don't think I posted. Then it will be the video of tomorrow. I still have a lot of videos prepared, but that becomes definitely important that you hit those triple S's, otherwise you don't get those beast horns and those claws. Um, what else do they mention? So yeah, they were added in that to level 5. Okay. Wait, let's just start from the start. I'm trying to skip things because I'm actually tired. I want to go, like, I want to make this video, upload it, and then go to sleep. Like, I need some extra sleep. So drop rate of the them will be greatly increased. Okay, greatly, like, once again, we don't know what greatly is, but it will be increased. Okay, we have increased the drop rates about 3 times and 2 times in R5. That is definitely a good amount. Oh, that's actually exactly how much they increased it. That's definitely a good amount. We considered drop rate of the grades and rewards. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. Like the rewards here are really bad. Like getting legendaries from those were insanely hard on the gem. So that definitely gets something better. We also have that you wait. This is just crafting them. Yeah, this is just crafting the gems and how much it costs. Well, that's literally what it was before with the others as well. That doesn't really change anything. So the drop rates of grinds and gems, rates are approved. Okay, just a recap of all of those things. Then they mentioned that selling grinds is gonna give you more mana. I think somewhat fair. To be honest, this is very good for my alt because I've been doing R5 since I arrived here in Bangkok, or I've been doing R5 ever since like the event ran out for me pretty much. And I haven't sold a single grind yet. Like not a single. I'm just stacking like all the way to like 2,500 grinds on my alt, and then I'll start just applying everything and selling everything. So this is actually good timing for my alt for sure. I would say in R5, the moment you're doing R5, it's more likely that you're spending more mana than you're using. And this will kind of make, yeah, this will just simply reduce it because especially the normal ones or like the lower ones have like a pretty great increase. Like 7k increase, that's a really big increase. So that, yeah, that just makes it a lot easier. Then we have the repeat battle count 30 times, which is definitely nice. First thing I mentioned right away, you have that in Chronicles. If you fail in Chronicles, it actually goes again. And if you fail 3 times in a row, then it actually stops. So in this case, they do actually mention that currently, in addition to the change to the max repeat battle, currently the repeat battle ends when you lose. So in this case, it goes up to 30. We decided to reduce the inconsistencies of repeat battle losing. So in this case, okay, so if you lose 3 times, then it ends. So yep, still something in with this. It's also for building dungeon teams. It makes it a lot. More useful to look at teams that have like a 99% success rate or maybe an upwards of a 99% success rate rather than having the fastest teams out there. So that's definitely a chill thing, I would say. So this is talking about the cell selected feature. Um, how are they going to change that? Oh yeah, I kind of talked with some people already about this. Like I'm not sure where it's exactly said, but you can make like thresholds of like what do you keep, what do you sell. So I have this video that I made before of saying like, okay, for me a 5 speed or a 4 speed is not that interesting on specific rune slots. Like for example, my slot 3 on energy, a 3 and a 5 I can't use. It's just about the 6s because I have plenty of like 23s already. That could be something that you could filter out instantly on this. So that much of an upgrade, I'm not sure, but yeah, if you set those things wrong, you might be selling too much. Definitely do not go for the setting like if there's no speed, insta sell. Like don't do that. Like I think that is possible with this. Don't do it that. Uh, but yeah, this looks like very nice stuff. They did also mention that for Steel Abyss will be updated in November, but we notified at Steel Abyss for just the first update in November, so that would be this update. But they are actually adjusting that because they have this update before that, and therefore they will have the scheduled on November 23rd, which is actually pretty chill for me. I'm coming back on the 29th, so I might decide not to do any of Steel Fortress videos slash theory crafting slash anything until I'm actually back from well, my whole Asia trip, and then do that all together on like the 29th and well, I would say like starting on the 30th. I stream on the 30th, like 29th, still take like a chill day from traveling. But like on the 30th, I would go for like some theory crafting on this, and maybe some other people already have a good team, and I just for a lazy time can build that and make the video on that then. But we will see how that goes the moment that Steel Fortress comes out. But I'm definitely gonna be doing that, and then we also see like what are the new ones that's gonna be like rotating, as they mentioned they will all have rotating skills. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff. That is very nice. I've read some of the Reddit feedback on this, and it seems that a lot of people are very happy about this. So that's definitely a good thing. It's going to be making it a lot easier to get good runes, good grinds, and good everything. I would also say that spending your crystals right now has lower value until the patch actually hits. So I would just finish your energy, but don't spend any crystals because it's just a lot less value. Another thing is that it becomes a lot easier for people to catch up, and that's definitely a good thing. Like the game has been running for 9 years, and if people ask like, is it worth to start playing this game right now? I would say with the Abyss, like how it was before this update, I would say it's already very doable to catch up if you play like a few years. But with this update, it's going to be that even more. However, for the very, very top end players, you can see that a lot of people are on the catching up spree, and therefore, for like the top end players to increase this much is a lot more difficult than for the lower end players to increase like a lot more. So, like the high end kind of comes closer to each other. Is that necessarily good or bad, or makes it like a fair battleground? I'm not entirely sure. Like there's something to say for both worlds of that. But definitely a very interesting patch note. Definitely do see the responses from the community that they're very happy with this. And I think that this is a good take from Comtuos to look into going from this. I would still say that we're gonna get a lot of the types in R5. Like I don't need any enhanced grinds. I don't need any determination grinds. I don't need any tolerance grinds. I don't need any seal grinds. Like it's not that I need them a little bit. No, no, no. I don't need any. So that is still a ways to keep in there. I would have rather seen them have like the fever event, but then a built-in mechanic within the game where you could say like, okay, I always want to have like Swift and Vio on double rate, or you could say, for example, I want to exclude 5 specific types that I never get as a drop. Something like that would personally have like a better taste for me for saying like, okay, because yeah, sure, I get the beast horns, I get the claws. With that, I can select what I want. It's very nice, but I'm still gonna get a lot of the stuff that I know guaranteed. Well, it's technically like a flat stat, but then you have like flat stats on the grinds as well. So you have flat stats on flat stats. That's kind of what how I feel about R5, but I definitely do think that this is a very good take. And yeah, definitely curious to see when this will be released. I kind of expect Monday, Tuesday already because they're pretty much like very fast with all of those things the moment it is released. So I'm gonna end the video here. Definitely gonna be taking my break because oh man, too much partying these days. Seiishizo here from Bangkok. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you as always in the next one.